Hello, it's day 105 of the oak tree visit. It was kind of expected that I would be going shopping this morning, and I've said no. I need to go for a walk. Especially since the shopping I get is being hidden, so it looks as if I'm not doing any. So, anyway, yeah, I've taken the study break for my Masters in Green Building. So I've got this fucking assignment to do. But I've already said to them that I might not submit. I think I just need a clean break from everything to do with it. And in my mind, nothing's wasted. All the reading I've done isn't wasted. I find it very interesting, and it will help me in the future in any project I undertake in that area, hopefully. So I'm disappointed not to be carrying on, and as usual I'm not sure whether it's the right choice, but all I know is I can't be relied upon, because I'm just either in meltdown or menopause. So I can't possibly commit to anything. And I've kind of said to myself that now, Gemma, you've got to put yourself first in everything, which is practically impossible when I'm in the situation that I'm in, which I'm sick of hearing myself go on about. And I'm sure people think, well, why don't you just leave? It's not as easy as that. I've got no money now, I've got no income, nowhere to go. People just assume that you've got friends and family. I don't. So, but the cage is becoming increasingly smaller, shall we say, by the day that I'm in. But I'm going to touch wood. Buddy, my cat, seems to be back to normal. Having said that, he was under my chest of drawers again this morning, but hopefully that's because he knows that I'm going out. But he seems a lot more himself, and I'm just so grateful. I really am. And yeah, he means everything to me. So we're enjoying our nights together at the moment. I'm sort of 12 hours awake and 12 hours in bed at the moment. And I sort of go to bed at about 4 o'clock, don't necessarily... Hang on, there's somebody coming. I'll come back in a sec. Yeah, I don't necessarily go to sleep at 4 in the afternoon. In fact, I'm reading Charles Dickens, Christmas stories, and absolutely loving them. And I do believe that his books that came to me via somebody dumping the entire contents of a guy called David Allen's life in a recycling bin was meant to come to me. I rescued... He had this massive Charles Dickens collection, and the book I'm reading is from, I think it's about 1896. It's the most gorgeous object. I love how it smells. I love the pages, how the pages feel, and the print. It's kind of like raised, and it's got some lovely black and white drawings in it, and the writing is just superb. So yeah, I'd never read any Dickens before reading this book, and I'm just hooked. And then I listened to Radio 4 and some really interesting programmes. There was an interview with the actor Jonathan Pryce, who I've always liked. His poetry, and a programme about Virginia Woolf and her writing. So it's all really positive things that I'm feeding my brain with, instead of endless ads that seem to crop up every 30 seconds on YouTube, and it's just, oh, I don't find it a nice place, even though I'm a creator. Unless you actually seek out the videos that you want to be watching. I was watching a lot of camping videos, and it's good for music videos and stuff. But so much violence and negativity and everything in my feed that yeah, I just want to go back to how I was pre-Facebook and I think it was about 2000, wasn't it, that mobile phones came out, texting started. I didn't feel half so wired and distracted and disengaged as I back then. So that's really positive. And interestingly, when I sleep in my tent, either in the woods or in a field or on a campsite, I don't need any distraction during the night. I sleep so well, so fitfully and peacefully that I don't need, I think just the sounds of nature. Oh, what a nightmare. Very muddy here. Are enough. So yeah, just making the most of when I can just, well, I can't really switch off completely, but I can have time with Buddy and start feeling myself again. Oh my God. I think I'll have to come back through the grassland because this is dangerous with Wellington boots that have got no grip on them. And another thing I've noticed, I'm using Word document to write my essay with, and it's just so overcomplicated, like all these apps now. You know, I don't know how to use Instagram anymore because it's so complicated. It's like they worked perfectly fine, but all in the name of algorithms and profit. They make it, in my mind, more complicated than it needs to be. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. More negative things. I talk about the negativity of others. I'm aware that I'm pretty negative myself right now, but you know, and it's not down to a lack of resilience or a lack of positivity or a lack of strength. I'm just burnt out. Have been for months. But so far as everybody else is concerned at the moment, I'm functioning enough to keep everybody else buoyant. So what do they care if I'm falling apart? And I've just been exploding and I haven't been able to control it, and I just don't know where it comes from. And then I was reading about burnout and the nervous system breaking down, and you kind of go into a fight, flight, freeze response when you feel trapped and in danger, which I do. And you shout and scream because that's your body's involuntary reaction to it. And I cry every time I read more about it because I was so confused. I thought, well, what's happening to me? And I know who I am. I'm not perfect, but I'm not a vile, horrible person. And but it's just a natural reaction to my circumstances. So it's not great, but yeah, I'm kind of reassured that I'm not crazy. Even though it's easier for people to, you know, the medical profession to put trauma down to disorder or whatever, it makes it easier for them to not have to take action on a desperate situation that's putting two vulnerable people in danger. Yeah. They want you medicated, placid, passive. I've never been like that. But you're kind of screaming into the void. And they have you believe that you have to be drawn back into this system, the capitalist system of dehumanisation, if you're going to survive, if you're going to get by in this life. And that's not going to happen either. I'm not going back on universal credit. I don't want to claim any benefits. I've only ever claimed tax credits as somebody with a disability on a low wage. And I was doing fine on that. I was earning more and more money because people were leaving me alone, trusted me to run my business. And now you're just treated like, on top of having crippling mental health issues, they punish you for it and make you out to be weak, and you just need a good kick up the arse, girl, and you'll be right, you know. I don't need it. I don't need it in my life, and I'm so glad I'm not on it anymore. I worry how I'm going to pay my bills. You know, I've been living off, I've had enough money so far, just about, but there's going to come a time when it's going to run out. But still don't regret my decision, because things are happening which in my mind are positive. I think it's positive that I'm using zero waste. I enjoy going there. I enjoy having a chat with people. I think that's essential, just to have that face-to-face contact, even though I don't like people. One thing I've learnt is that isolation is not the answer to anything. And I can give myself a break. I'm not being constantly harassed and told how inadequate I am all the time, and that's a bonus as far as I'm concerned. So just needed to get out today, and I'm glad I have. But every time I come out, I think, what am I going to find when I get home? And it's going to be my fault. But I've told everybody, and I've told everybody in writing, that the situation is unsustainable. But they're not doing anything. But it's there in writing, so if anything goes wrong, they can't say that I haven't tried to advocate for the pair of us. I mean, to a functioning person, probably think that Jan was still perfectly capable of looking after herself while I'm out for a few hours. But when you've got a layer of anxiety disorder on top of that, you know, it's really, really difficult. I love this tree. I know I'm not paying it enough attention, but it doesn't. That's the whole point. It doesn't have expectations of me. It doesn't expect anything of me. I can just come and be whatever I want to be here, and there's no judgment, there's no pressure. So we're in February now, so we've only got just over a month to go, and that'll be the year's project complete. But as long as I'm in the area, I will keep coming back. I'll probably start a new project just for my YouTube channel, but I'll be doing something new if I'm still doing YouTube in a month or two's time. I don't know. So I've been invited to the Peace Garden on a Monday. Apparently there's not many people there, and I've told her that I'm in no position to do my buddying role, no position to take on any extra responsibility. No use to anyone really, but maybe they'll just let me do a bit of gardening, pottering around, hanging out. And the carer's going to be coming to give Jan her medication this morning. Famous last words. Today will probably be the day when they don't turn up. So I know that for the next 2 or 3 hours there's going to be somebody on hand. But they only have, I mean, I did the job myself in my 20s, and you only have 10 minutes to spend max. Well, this was 30 years ago, with the client before you have to go on to somebody else. But the thing is, it just gives me a break, and I can't predict when they're going to come. It's any time between 7:30 and 11:30 in the morning, which is, you can't plan anything around that. And it's the same at night, any time between 4 and 7:30, 8 at night. So I'm going to make sure that I come out. Now it's getting lighter in the evenings, I'm going to come out for an evening walk as well, I think. Right. Yeah, just reflecting on this oak tree project as a whole. I've done, the trees, I've said this before probably, but on some videos the tree is very much the focus and the community around it, and I do my creative writing and artwork, and I've spent hours sitting underneath the tree in the spring and summer. And then other videos, it's kind of it's central to my walk, because it culminates in the walk, and my musings culminate in this visit. I love this green, mossy stuff against the dark. I've lost my train of thought again, but probably wasn't very interesting anyway. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was just saying that other videos, it's like what we've done today. It's just a hello and goodbye, and it's videos more about my thoughts and stuff. I love visiting. Bye tree. Yeah, so I don't know what time the people get to the garden on a Monday. I've never been on a Monday, but I might just show my face. But I don't want small talk, and I don't want Happy New Year. This year's been the hardest one to face. Out of all of my years, I just haven't wanted to face 2026 at all. But I'm grateful for my cat, my plants, my belongings, all of which I may not have, I'm not going to have forever. I know that's life. When we die, we don't take anything with us after all. But yeah, and it's just nice that I can just turn my phone off. I feel empowered enough to do that. It's ridiculous that I'm even saying that. That you have to earn the right to a rest in this life now. Otherwise, if you're not productive enough, you're not successful enough, and all this fucking bollocks. I've never seen life or people or work in terms of success and failure. I've just wanted to be happy and fulfilled, and I can say that in my work I have been both of those things. But certainly since 2020, My self-employment's gone down the pan. But I don't feel any less of a person, any more of a failure. Just life's hard and you kind of... hang on. Yeah, you shouldn't have to prove that you're ill or earn the right to a rest in life. You shouldn't feel obliged to be available 24 hours a day. So I just switch the phone off. Don't want to know. And that's my God-given right, as far as I'm concerned. So if it means bankruptcy, homelessness, so be it. Yeah. I just want people to leave me the fuck alone. And despite everything that I'm going through in my relationship, that's just awful, I still care, you know, and I'm still heartbroken that dementia is claiming the person that I've known for 20 years. But I can't soften into that when I'm around Jan, because it's just... I'm more like a supervisor than I am a... I don't like to use the word partner, it's not what we are anymore, but yeah, you kind of just supervising and saying, you know, make sure you don't do this, be careful of that, remember to do this. You know, it's like I get sick of the sound of my own voice, as I said earlier, and I can't just soften and say, look, I'm scared and I don't want this to be happening to you. I wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy, for God's sake. And I would never, I don't want, you know, it's not the fact, it's not about not wanting to look after somebody with dementia, it's not that at all. And despite everything, if I find my own place, I'll be visiting, and but I doubt that I'm entitled to feel safe and secure again. That's how worn down I am. I doubt that I have the right to those things. And logically, if a friend came to me with problems that I've got, I would say, of course you're entitled to feel safe, of course you're entitled to a break. But when people make you feel as if you're not, for long enough, you start questioning, well, do I have a right? And when I got out and ran away to Aberdeen in 2024, I felt such self-respect. I mean, it all went tits up when I got attacked by ticks, of course, but ran out of money. But I'm so chuffed that I managed to do it, and I loved it. And you get a window on normal people, normal life, which sustained me for a long time. Don't like this mud. So what I think I'm going to do is finish here, and if I do go down to the garden, I'll ask them if I can do some filming and show you the beautiful peace garden that I work at. Yeah, so thanks for listening for now, and if I don't see you later at the Peace Garden, thanks for liking, and occasionally I get a very supportive comment, which I appreciate, so thank you. Okay, bye. Yeah, it has occurred to me that the resistance I'm feeling to getting my assignment done for my Green Building Masters is purely the fact that I'm not passionate about it. I'm interested and I love what I'm learning, but I'm not inspired by what I've got to do, basically. So kind of like there's a big clue as to why this hasn't worked out, really. And I've loved the lectures, I did honestly love them, but equally there was something missing, you know, just the face-to-face, and didn't particularly resonate with anybody on the course in terms of my peers, which is very unusual. All the courses I've done, I've kind of made fast friends and connections with people that I just don't feel I have much in common with any of them there, you know. But you know, the moment when I get in the kind of the zone of doing this work, essay, it gets easier. But I think that's the crux of it, actually. Now, I remember doing a video, I think it was beginning of last March. I was about to go to Gia in Scotland, and I did a video preparing, just doing some weighted walking with my rucksack. I remember saying, you know, I'd just got onto the course then, and I said then it's kind of in the background, but it's not. I'm not really that excited about it, and all I want to do is build my own place, be quiet, be with nature, like-minded people, and yeah, I just don't feel that attraction. When I think about the things that I have kind of fallen in love with, like this peace garden job, I've just loved it. I found it enormously fulfilling and just a beautiful experience. I won't be going today. I mean, attempting to go today. So I don't think it's just about being tired. I think it's just the passion isn't there. I've got the interest and I've got the love, but there's not that. The thing that's kind of kept me going as a musician for 20 odd years, that's just not there. And it's more, I think, of a feeling of, well, I've got to earn money at some stage, I've got to retrain and have something for my future. Yes, that's true, but there's always a chance that I'm going to be thousands of pounds of debt and I won't get a job at the end of it, especially in my mid-50s. So maybe it's not the right thing for me, but like I say, I'm taking the knowledge and I'm going to use it because I still have this dream of learning how to build with cob, earth building. And I know that Centre for Alternative Technology is very pro that, so I might even be able to do just a short course in earth building, which is what I want. That's all I want to do. So yeah, I'm nearly home now. I'm gonna pop in and see that everything's okay and then walk down to the garden. Everything's sort of okay. Not convinced. The carer's there at the moment, so I always come away feeling I'm not understanding enough and I'm not this, I'm not that, guilty. But I'm doing my best, Well, she needs, toiletries now, which she didn't need before, and she should be getting that for free, but they're not supplying her with any of it. So it's like everything's a fight for everything. They bullshit you. Yes, we'll do it, you'll do it. And nothing happens. Same with everything. I'd rather people say, there's no help, we're not going to help you, you're on your own. I'd rather that. Anyway, I just hate the fact that I'm the one that's doing everything, shouldering all the responsibility, yet when I say, I told the carer then I need a break, they look at me with this blank expression like, you're such an evil person, Gemma, for needing a break. It's like, just look at you like you don't exist. It makes me so angry. And you just have to Google, is it safe for somebody with OCD and post-traumatic stress to look after somebody single-handedly with dementia, and look at the results. It's just awful, and I think both of us want is to go back to normal. It's not going to happen, and you can't resist change, and you sort of feel that, I've got to justify myself, I've got to make sure that the carer thinks that I'm actually doing something. When I know I'm doing something, I'm queuing up at a food bank twice a week and sharing my food. I don't have an income, yet I'm heaving a massive rucksack home with food that I'm sharing. Jan's got money, she's got a pension to buy food with, but I still share my food. But It's hard enough trying to adjust to that life, you know. And nobody cares, but they just look at me like, you know, what the fuck are you talking about? Now, what's your problem, Gemma? So anyway, I've walked away and I'm going to do something for me. Because at the end of the day, if I was in a car accident, broke all my limbs, they'd have to do something, wouldn't they, at the end of the day? Fucking hell, I'm sorry. I need this outlet. Sad as I'm sure you'll think I am, I don't give a fuck. It's helping me. And I want to document what it's like for lots of people in my position. I'm sure there's lots of people like me out there. And I want to be vocal about it, and that's what I'm doing. So I made it to the garden. I'm just mulching the blueberries here with some of the fir trees or whatever left over from making Christmas wreaths. So I'll probably do a silent video because I don't really want them to know that I'm filming. But they said it's fine for me to take photos, so I'll show you around in a bit. Cob oven. Obviously, the garden's not looking at its best in the depths of winter, but just show you this little shed building that was built last year. It's just, I've spent a lot of time in there recently, just by myself, taking some time out. It's really cute. So today there's only 4 of us here. It's the wood store. One of the polytunnels is being repaired. So all the plastic's rotting. So replacing the wood and plastic there. Quince tree. I'll have to, really isn't much to see unfortunately, but I'll, if I'm here in the summer months, I will do some more filming. You can see it in its full splendour. It's a massive site. Not sure how many acres, but let's see if we can find a pond. There's everyone working over there. Pergola. If you go onto my Instagram page, Gem in the Mud, same title as the channel, YouTube channel. You can see not much to see here. During the summer there's dragonflies and butterflies, and it's just amazing. So good to be back. In all my messiness. And to be kind of accepted, and some mossy logs there. Yeah, a lot of this is new to me because I haven't really walked around it by myself before. I haven't had the time to do it. So this is the compost area. So this one says feed me, weeds, roots, sticks smaller than a pencil, but not bindweed, couch grass, chink, foil and seeds. And empty me, ready to use. So it's that one. Basically different compartments with different stages of decomposition. So leave me, water me, but otherwise leave me. We are busy making compost. Seeing that little worm picture there, I'm reminded of how one of my pastimes is rescuing worms from the pavement. The other day though, I found two that were frozen solid to the pavement, about to be trodden on, and I picked them up and warmed them up in the palms of my hands and breathed some warm air onto them, and they defrosted and they were fine. And I put them back in the ground or the soil, or where they can access the soil. Never been here before. I don't know whether this is part of our garden or not. Some interesting shed things. Pots. Potting sheds. It's odds and ends, I think. Oh, this is the stage area. In summer this is like a meadow. Beautiful meadow with lots of different grasses, and again butterflies. And open days they have a band playing on this stage sometimes. Yeah, I sort of forgot when I said I'd film it that it's middle of winter and not a lot to see, but you get the idea. And I'm not going to be too much longer. I just get IBS, like irritable stomach, when I'm around other people. That always happens, but and I'm getting cold, so I'll I'll be making my way home soon, but I'm so glad I've made it here and was able to show you a little bit, and then almost finished mulching the blueberries, and I'll show you my handiwork after doing that. And every time I come here or do something, get stung by wasps or whatever, but I grasped a handful of nettles which really hurt and teaching me not to wear gloves. What tree have we got here? All of these trees are labelled. We've got loads of apple trees, apple, winter peach. I had some of those last year, really delicious. The progression of life is so difficult, isn't it? You know, I'm just going back and forth in time, thinking over like times gone by with Jan, you know, good and bad, and how I don't know how long our life as we know it is gonna be there, and it's easy to say live in the moment, but you just sort of like on this timeline of memories and predicting the future. And oh, we've got a hedgehog house here. Oh, it's cute. We had one in the polytunnel last Christmas. We've got one there. Anyway, I'd better get back to everybody and yeah. Going to the toilet, I'll just take you on a brief tour of the site, because our garden is part of an allotment site, so there's lots of allotments here. See if I can run the way out. Oh, here comes Jeremy, one of my favourite guys. That was somebody I was hoping I was going to bump into, a guy called Jeremy. He's a buddy as well, like me, and he's nearly 80 and everybody loves him. He's one of these, I don't know, grandfatherly types, and he's very knowledgeable about everything to do with this place, and nature and apple trees. I think he loves those. So I'm just going to go to the toilet. It's the porter cabin. We've got lots of, you know, all the kitchen stuff in there. We do a lot of cooking here. This is like a workshop area. Dartboard. Manure heap. Right, I haven't got a lot of battery left, so I'm going to have to stop filming. I've got less than 15% battery, but before I forget, I just want to say, yeah, Jeremy was just saying that at every London Underground station, there's over 200 of them apparently, there's a labyrinth plaque, and they're all slightly different, so I'll look out for those next time I'm on the Underground. Right, turn off so I can show you my blueberry mulching. Got to just show you these snowdrops. Look at those. I remember when I left my allotments 4 years ago now. It was so tough. It was the right decision ultimately. But I took nature's lead in that decision. My gardens kind of guided me through that tough decision process, and I think what today's shown me is that I must have more faith in nature and my connection to it, because I haven't been able to touch my garden this year and my plants because I'm just so dreading losing them. But I managed to transfer 2 allotments into my garden. It was an amazing feat, and I'm going to look at how to take cuttings of all my plants this spring so that I can, if I have to move on, I can take them with me in that form. So yeah, so something's come out today, something nice. Okay, so that's my mulching of the blueberries done with the, don't know, I think it's Christmas trees, some fir, very aromatic, Christmassy smell anyway. I've done that. And other side. Yeah, I was talking to another girl who works here, and her dad's got dementia. It's amazing how many people are carers for people with dementia, and her grandma had it, and oh, it's just a dreadful, dreadful thing. So anyway, okay, so just had a bit of lunch. It was so nice to see everybody, and I'm still welcome here, which is really good. I've said to them I'm not up to buddying right now, but they're fine with me just joining in when I can. And Mondays there's no volunteers, it's just maintenance day, so I said I'll try and come then. So I'm going to sign off now. I hope you've enjoyed the bit of an insight into our garden. An underground train going by. So just what the doctor ordered. Glad I haven't blown it. So, I'm freezing cold, but I'll see you next time. Bye.